Hey, gods and goddesses, let's activate your cosmic abundant code. Are you ready to experience real abundance? And I'm not talking about the ones that you have to hustle and bustle for. I'm trying to make you a personal magnet for abundance, for money, for joy, for legacy, for success. Because this is how you were born. You're literally born abundant. What would you do for a dollar? Absolutely nothing. Because I'm gonna tell you, or in this video, I'm gonna show you or tell you and explain exactly how you can use your personalized natal chart in order to become a personal magnet for success or to set yourself up for success or abundance in some type of way. I'm going to go over many steps or a couple of ways that you can still reach abundant in different areas of your chart. And please try to follow along with me or grab your chart. Actually, just grab your chart and let's just go over it. So, first, I want to start off by saying the second house, right? The second house is our house of finances, our values. Your values is a magnet. Your worth is a magnet. Abundance flows where you live in alignment, okay? You need to understand what is it that you truly value. That is what can be multiplied, especially within the second house of possessions. That is where material possessions can grow if you are true to what you truly value. So look at the sign and any planets there and live in it wholeheartedly and fully. Example, if your second house is in Taurus, just, naturally, second house being in Taurus, you need to be as on top of your self-care routine as possible. The more that you take care of yourself and show yourself true value and care, abundance flows like it's a cash flow. Second house is the house of cash. Okay, look at the sign and also the planets that live in there because that plays a huge part. That has a influence within your second house as well as the aspects as well. Okay, let's go to the second one. So, second, your eighth house. Your eighth house is shared resources. We receive by letting grow. True wealth comes from when we release control and we trust in deeper forces, whether they are in mystical forces. We're trusting, we're healing the fear of loss, the fear of letting go, the fear of, not wanting to transform. This is a time, or when we're using the eighth house to accumulate wealth, we want to say yes to transformation. Growth is where the wealth is. Growing is where you will find a lot of wealth. Okay. And third, your 11th house. So the 11th house is a house of humanity. Humanity loves to give back, or the collective loves to give back, because this is a house of human consciousness. We must align ourselves to what the future wants. We must serve the whole when we're thinking about this house. The 11th house is a house of large gains. As you connect with other people that are like minded, you can activate these planets here, or and if you have planets here, you can activate this house here by contributing to the whole. But if you have planets here, that gives you some extra sauce, right? You can see into the future. You take these ideas and you go with other people that are like minded and you build from there. You're building big dreams in this house, so you must partner with another person. If you have 11th house placements, you are set up to gain long-term success, because that is the house of long-term success. But by partnering with the collective, because the vision of humanity is very important, because the universe will fund you when you are funding the universe in a proper way, right? Okay, and then the next one, we want to go to the fifth house, the best one. The fifth house, because this is a house of joy. Joy is currency. Happiness, love attracts abundance, right? So your creativity can attract abundance. Express yourself, be authentic, be who you are. No one is like you. We have to understand that being our authentic self is a great way to express yourself, create, experience joy. But being ourself is the only way that we can be. And be trying to be other people, or trying to be outside of our heart space, takes us out of the space of joy. Joy is currency in this reality. So do not chase. Try to radiate this confidence from within, or honestly, radiate this self-expression from within that promotes some type of authentic expression. Okay, don't chase, radiate, especially within the fifth house. And then we're going to go to the second one. And we want to understand too that abundance is always in motion, especially joy and love. The more that you can experience joy and love, especially, illuminating from the heart, you can activate this house, like tenfold, because joy is, anything close to feeling happy or feeling joy can accumulate a lot of wealth, because this is where you feel most at peace, or you feel most clarity of the mind. You're feeling with your heart within the fifth house. The heart can take us to a lot of places. I want to stress, because this is the house of, this also is the house of like dharma, so let's say that the ruler of this house, the ruler of your fifth house, is in like the 10th house or something like that. This is a time where you would not even, this is the time, but if you have this placement, building your legacy, that takes step by step, but this is something that is truly heart led, and that's why it takes step by step. So to activate your abundance here, it's beautiful. It lands wherever your the planet lands is where you will build your legacy. Okay, and it will make more sense and flow a lot better when you can, follow your planets. So the next one I want to talk about is Venus. Venus is what we naturally attract. We know that Venus is the planet of attraction, right? What you how you feel about yourself, how you value yourself. Live in the energy of this, live in her energy wholeheartedly. Let's say, if you have a Venus in Leo, be extremely bold, confident in the way that you express yourself, and express love to the next person. If you have like Venus in, Virgo, be bold. Be bold, right? That's definitely Venus in Leo. But if you have Venus in um Virgo, be of service, be willing to help heal others. Love draws abundance. I just want to stress on that. Of course, Venus will tell us that, and Venus definitely says that. And that's why Venus is actually the planet that makes us understand that we are magnets for money through our own beauty and the way that we carry ourselves. And then I want to talk about the next large one, Jupiter, right? Jupiter is the expander. So this is your expansion point. This is where life wants to bless you, where life, excuse me, wants you to think bigger, be the philosopher in this area of your life, be optimistic, be open to know more, be open to believe bigger, better, and that more can happen to you. Okay, definitely work the house that Jupiter is in, because wherever Jupiter is your expansion point, and where you will be willing to grow. Okay. And then I want to talk about the next one, the North Node. The North Node is our soul's growth. All right. This is unlocked potential that you actually didn't tap into yet. Okay. So this is the energy that I need you to tap into, because abundance lives outside of our comfort zone. And when we're walking in our path, even if it feels very uncomfortable, there are a lot of opportunities along that path we didn't even we weren't expecting, but we are very happy to get, because we are solely aligned when we're using our North Node. That one is great, okay? And that one actually promotes soul growth too, okay? And then I want to talk about the next one, Saturn. This is earned wealth. Saturn is our earned wealth. Saturn is the house of karma, time, but in this house, it definitely takes work to earn, right? But this is long lasting success. But Saturn gives great lasting reward. So I would master this house, because Saturn is the house of master. Wherever Saturn is, be a master. Be as open as possible, because the throne comes after you, after the test, after you have passed the test, after Saturn is done testing you. That's when you can properly, happily, and sit on the throne. You know what I'm saying? It's funny. Okay. And also, I want to stress on the fact that abundance is not luck. It is alignment. We must align ourselves to experience abundance. We must align ourselves to experience joy. But the one that our heart actually wants to experience, you know what I'm saying? The one that feels more fulfilling than the next one. And I want to talk about one last one. And this is the one that, this is the one that's going to take you from point A to point B. This is the one that's truly going to take you into a different type of reality, quantum jumping at its finest. Aligning your fitness goals and daily rituals with your sixth house. This here is going to prompt so much success. Sixth house is our day to day routine. It is our daily rituals. It is our fitness goals. It is our, mind and body and spirit connection, right? All coming to one. What we do on a day to day basis really makes up our life. So, this I feel like is so important. It's probably the most important one, aligning your rituals with your sixth house. Okay, so your sixth house is your energy. This is where you can get a lot of energy boost. Okay, productivity, as I said, and harmony in your life. Because when we're in the sixth house and we do what the sixth house is asking of us, we can experience like mundane tasks really turn into these soul driven, purposeful actions, right? And that aligns to us growing or our soul's growth. And this is how we can set ourselves up for success, because this alignment can enhance your well being. It can enhance your focus. It can enhance your long term creativity, your long term success, your long term productivity. It can really help you align or integrate your mind, body, and soul so that they're becoming one, and what you're doing makes sense and it feels in alignment. And once again, I want to stress on the fact that that one is really going to push you into being successful. And any planets within the sixth house, please have conversations with them daily. Neptune in the sixth house. Okay, if you have Neptune in the sixth house, you must every day do a practice that requires energy work, energy healing, that requires your imagination. Planets within the sixth house, planets within the first house, especially if you have these planets I just explained, be very mindful of those, okay? Because those are what is on our brains daily, right? And that right there kind of gets us out of alignment if we're not aware of the energies that we hold within ourselves, okay? And so I want to say one more time, abundance is not abundance is alignment. It is not luck. It is not, just given, right? We're born with this, and we must unlock the codes. And I gave you all the codes that I can think about that can unlock abundance for you using your birth chart. This is made easy, okay? So if you have any questions, definitely comment that below, and I can definitely guide you onto understanding what's going on within your birth chart. Or you can definitely book a session with me and get your natal chart read, and we could go over this, one by one, step by step, and help you understanding your chart and your personalized planets. So that is all I have for this video. I am so excited to put this video out. Please try to share it with someone so that we can really share and increase the wisdom on abundance and how you can, really tap into abundance, truly, right? And not just one, not one that's given to you, but one that you were actually your birthright. So definitely share this if this video is helpful or can help anyone else around you. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.